Alright guys, today what we want to do is to review a key concept that you guys talked about last year and the year before that, and that was the idea of solving systems of equations. Over the course of the next week and a half, we're going to look at systems of equations and inequalities and how they relate to quadratics, and I just want to do a quick review over some things with you guys. Two basic ways that we could solve systems of equations, which we're going to use most of the time in this unit. And that is using graphing and also substitution. So let's just talk about graphing, and we're just going to look at linear functions. We just want to solve this system by using linear function, we want to solve this system by graphing. When I look at a line, if you guys remember, a line has a basic form of y equals mx plus b. Okay. The m represents the slope of a line, which if I were to look at the slope, it's the rise over run. Okay. The b is what we call the y-intercept. And when I'm solving a system of equation, I'm trying to find out what point do these two lines have in common. That's what I'm asking myself. What point or points do these lines have in common? So let's try to find that out. So I'm going to look at y equals 1/2 x plus 2. So this is my slope. That's my y-intercept. So first thing I'm going to do is plot the y-intercept at 2. And then my slope is up 1 over 2. It's 1/2. Rise 1. Run 2. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. Do the same thing in the opposite direction. Rise, go down 1 to the left. So then I'm going to do the next one, which is 3/2 x plus 4. So that's my y-intercept. That's my slope. So that's my y-intercept. Let me change the color here so we can actually see what it looks like. First, I want to connect the dots here. Okay. And then right here's my point. I'm going to go down. I can't go up 3 to the right 2, so I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 to the left 2. 1, 2, 3 to the left. And there is my line. So it looks like they share the point -2, +1. That's the point they have in common. So if I were to plug -2, +1 into both of them, I should get the same thing. So I get -1 plus 2, which equals 1. So that checks. If I plug 1, if I do -3 over 2 times -2, or +3 over 2, plus 4. So I got 1 equals -3 plus 4. So it checks. So let's look at a new one. Okay. So let's find the slope of each line and the y-intercept. So the slope is -2 over 1. That's the slope. And this is the y-intercept. So I'm going to go down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1. I'm just going to connect the dots here. Okay, so if I look at the next line, I got y equals 3/2 x minus 4. So that's my slope. And that's my y-intercept. So I'm going to go -4, then up 3 over 2. Up 3 over 2. And I'm just going to connect those dots like that. So it looks like they have a common intersection at +2, -1. Okay? So if I do -2 times 2, I get -4 plus 3 gets me -1. And if I do the same thing with the other one, 3/2 times 2 gets me 3 minus 4 equals -1. Okay? You guys can pause it. I want you guys to try these two problems. We're going to talk about them in class, but I want to talk about another way, substitution. Substitution means that I can substitute, if I know what y equals, I can substitute into the other equation. So what I can do is I could take, because I know what y equals -2x minus 6, I can put that in place of y in the other equation. So I can do -2x minus 6 equals -6x minus 2, and then just solve for x. So I'm going to add 6x to both sides. So I get 4x minus 6 equals -2. I get 4x equals 4, so I get x to be 1. So I know x equals 1. I just have to find out what y is, so I can just plug it into one of these equations. So I can do -2 times 1 minus 6. And I think I end up with y equals -8. So if I were to plug 1 into this equation, I should get -8. So if I were to do -6 times 1 minus 2, I think I get -8, which I should have. -8 equals -6 minus 2. So that checks. So my solution is 1, -8. Let's do one more. So in this case, I know y equals 6x plus 1. So I'm going to replace this y with 6x plus 1. I could go the opposite way. I could do -6x minus 11 equals that. It's going to work out the same. So I'm going to do 6x plus 1 equals -6x minus 11. So I'm going to add 6x to both sides. And I get 12x plus 1 equals -11. Subtract 1, subtract 1. 12x equals -12. So you get x equals -1. Okay? If I plug it in, let's see what happens. I got y equals 6 times -1 plus 1. So I get -6 plus 1 is -5. So y equals -5. My solution is -1, -5. If I plug it into this one, -6 times -1 is +6 minus 11 equals -5. Okay, so that checks. Try those two. We'll talk about them in class. So you guys will have a quick little entrance ticket tomorrow just to see if you guys actually did your homework. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to deal with this in terms of quadratics. So have a good day.